Well, morning everyone. My name is Mark Peart. As you said, I'm the CEO and founder at DIT AgTech. This is not usually where I spend my time at conferences. I'm a leader of a business that believes in what I'm doing, and most of my time is spent in the bush with my staff and with my customers, and more importantly, trying to do something purposeful with my life and to create some positive impact in the world. But Steve rang me up a few weeks ago about participating in the event, and I was a little bit hesitant because not that I'm not comfortable in these environments, but as I said, it's where I should spend my time. But Steve convinced me that our story and what we actually know about ag tech and food tech in our business would probably be worthwhile to a lot of people to hear. So please bear with me today. I'll tell you a little bit about our journey, and I just wanted to say about Wholesale Investor. We've been with Wholesale Investor for many years. I'm a huge supporter of them. We have raised probably in excess of $5 million. And as Steve said in his closing remark, it's not the actual money that you get, it's actually the connections. And Wholesale Investor has been a great supporter of DIT as we've gone forward. So thanks, Steve. And he didn't pay me for that either. I want to just tell you a little bit about why I got in ag tech first and why I think it's important for any investors here or any other founders that are coming into the ag tech or food tech business. I stumbled across ag tech slightly different to most. I had spent over 25 years of my life in extensive agriculture. I'd had successful businesses. I was in fact a helicopter pilot for 20 years, mustering cattle, greatest job in the world. But I wasn't satisfied with where I was going in my life. I didn't feel like I was actually connecting with my inner purpose or doing something that was meaningful. So I went back to uni, I did an MBA. I majored in finance, and I was studying a finance module around valuating actually Facebook before it did an IPO. And I saw the word ag tech and it just lit a fire inside of me. And I started to think, why is this happening? Why am I so passionate about the word ag tech? And when I started to do some research around ag tech, I started to realize something about tech disruption. If you look at historically all the tech disruption that has been in civilization, it's been around two things really: smartphone and social media. And as a society or civilization, it's only given us really two things: entertainment and convenience. But ag tech, I knew, could be something more. I believe that agriculture is an important industry for the survivability of humanity. And I also knew that ag tech would play a huge role in climate change. But ag tech is really hard, guys. I don't want to sugarcoat it. They're difficult businesses to run. When we first started to raise money in the venture capital scene, a lot of venture capitalists and investors couldn't understand our business. Everyone wanted a software business that had 50-time revenue multiple and all going to make money and everything. And I wasn't attracted to those investors because I didn't want to participate or partner with people that weren't as purposeful as myself. So our story to where we got to today, I won't go into too much more today, but just it's an exciting industry. It's something I think everyone should participate in. And also with what we're doing around climate tech in our business and other tech businesses in agriculture and food, they will unlock some of the solutions to decarbonisation. So where have we come from? It wasn't too long ago, even in my career, where there were no GPSs in the bush on tractors. There were no satellite phones. There was no internet. But we have accelerated immensely in agriculture and in the food tech industry to digitise our businesses. And traditional farming has really changed a lot in a very short period of time, and it's accelerating even more rapidly in today's world. As I said before, I'm a big believer that agriculture matters. We all need to eat, and I know everyone says the story in ag tech, oh, we've got a rising population and we need more food. Theoretically we do, but we actually have the resources to produce more than enough food for everyone on this planet. What's more importantly, Bud, is how can we produce food that's sustainable and healthy? And that's probably the biggest challenge for tech businesses in agriculture. Food plays an important part in security in nations. In fact, livestock that we're involved in, which is actually seen as a villain in society, but I would challenge most people to actually look into the livestock sector and actually see what livestock and grazing will do for our environment, especially around decarbonisation through regenerative ag. Livestock, for example, provides economic stability in developing countries, as well as the farmers who are in these developing countries that are providing economic returns and helping these countries rise up out of, become developed. But we have some challenges in agriculture. Probably the biggest challenge we have, and as an agtech business, is just our perception that we're doing harm to the environment, that we're not in line with the rest of society around what we should eat. And a little bit of that is because agriculture are very bad marketers. We tell the story we want to hear, not the story that society wants to hear. And I get disappointed when I see the hard sort of pressure that agriculture gets, especially livestock. Because can I tell you, it's actually a privilege on this planet to be a vegetarian. It's a privilege to drive an electric car. Not the rest of society have those privileges. And agriculture is important to their economies. And ag tech and food tech are slowly lifting these countries into the new developed world. Today's agricultural landscape where we operate is full of IoT devices. We have wearables for cattle and sheep nowadays, GPS tractors. We have autonomous small swarms of tractors doing work. We're moving towards regenerative and sustainable agriculture. I see some of the presenters today around soil microbes. Such an exciting business, the way that we can put microbes into the soil to then sequence huge amounts of carbon. In fact, grasslands in agriculture have the opportunity to sequence more carbon than trees do. We're cultivating the future right now. Even in our business, we're working with AI technology to take our hardware that we have in the field and to pull data from many different points to write predictive intelligence so that we can give farmers a tool of what's it going to look like in 12 months? What are the markets going to look like? The weather going to look like? How's our soil going to look? The health of our livestock. Most farmers and ag tech operators who I deal with are true custodians of our land. They believe in sustainable farming. They want to look after their land. They're looking after biodiversity areas. And they're using technology and innovation to do this. And just in closing today, I could talk about ag tech and food tech for a long time. But from an investment perspective, you need to be patient. And the reason I say you need to be patient because good things don't happen overnight. You need to be patient investing in these companies. You need to back founders that have strong grassroots understanding of agriculture. And I'm a big believer that you need to back founders in ag tech and food tech that are more passionate about doing something positive with their lives than making money for shareholders. Don't get me wrong. Purpose first, profit second. But profit is a very, very close second. So thank you for your time, and I look forward to catching up with everyone later.